Hello, and welcome. My name is Given Illustrative, and this is Millennial Pillars right here on the I Am Youth Movement YouTube channel. If you're joining us for the first time, then I'm very excited. I'm excited for you and also looking forward to having many conversations with you. So if you want to get notifications, just hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications whenever we actually post something. And also do hit us up in the comment section so that we can actually hear what your views are and what your thoughts are. With that said, getting into today's conversation, we're going to be talking about what it means to live in the millennial era, right? But more specifically, the power of saying no and how that can in turn help you discover yourself. And I've learned this. I remember reading a book that spoke about how you need to, whenever you want to accomplish anything in life, if you're aimed at some particular goal, then you are going to have to become a person who says no often. You know the film by Jim Carrey called The Yes Man, the man who says yes to anything, which obviously that movie was a form of experiment and also entertainment as well. But it is a very interesting idea, the fact that you need to become a person who says no often, a no man, if you would, a person who's used to telling people no in order for you to become the person that you're intending to become, or the person that God intended for you to become. So I'm going to give you an example, right? If you are moving from point A to point B, your goal or your target is point B. If many people come here and tell you about point P, point G, point Z, and that it's better there, the grass is greener, but you know that you set your mind on point B, then you need to continue to point B. And anyone who deviates you from the direction, especially if they don't sound like they actually, you know what, even at times, even if a person does have a better idea, you need to learn to become so focused that you do not stop pursuing what you're pursuing until you finish it and learn that it's not the best idea. Therefore, you can then take someone else's advice as you go along your journey. So I actually read a book about this that talks about how if you're starting a business, if you're an entrepreneur, then you're going to have to learn to say no a lot, because you're going to need to learn to be a person who focuses, because it is through focus that we accomplish anything as human beings. This thing of being able to multitask, I've learned in my own personal space that it's a farce, right? Especially if you're multitasking in different industries and in different areas of expertise, then it's definitely a lie. It's a facade. It's not something that is sustainable. So with that said, in order for you to discover who you are, and in order for you to discover the things that you like and the things that you do not like, you as an individual are going to have to let go of certain proposals. You're going to have to learn to say no. And that's going to happen a lot, right? So for example, if you're a Christian on its own, you're going to have to learn to say no to a lot of things that are anti-biblical, things that oppose the word of God. So, and also certain types of lifestyles as well. You're going to have to say no to those. And I think that comes pretty obvious and pretty standard. And there are some things as well, like there are certain places where people go in the secular world to have fun, that you're just going to have to say, you know what, I'm not going there because that's not the kind of person I want to become. And I want to tell you about a friend of mine. He studied to be an accountant, a chartered accountant. And as a result, while he was studying in university, he spent a lot of his time studying and in this isolated area and in this isolated environment where he spent his time studying and in his books. And as a result, so we used to be very good friends when we were back home. Now this is back in Mpumalanga, before we came to Gauteng. And when we came to Gauteng, those of us who came with him saw less of him, right? And we didn't really get it at the time. We spoke a lot about how he's so disconnected and etc. But over time, we understood, because we saw that he bore the fruits of his labor. And now he's a chartered accountant. He's making enough money to travel wherever he wants to travel. And that's the story of a person who is aiming to become something. It is going to pull you from many things that you have no business in entertaining. And that's what I want to leave with you today, that you need to first of all establish what and who you're becoming, and as a result it is going to lead to, or it's going to result in you refusing to do certain things, and it will hurt a lot of people's feelings. Definitely. And you need to be ready for that. And that's a question I want to leave with you today. Do you think you have what it takes to say no enough number of times until you become the person that either you intended to be or God intended for you to be? Because no has to become your friend when you want to focus on something, right? I hope I've made it simple enough for you to understand. And I would definitely like to hear your feedback. So do hit us up in the comment section. Do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you do get the notifications. I am very excited to continue having conversations with you, especially as we approach the end of the year. Oh my goodness. I'm very ecstatic about that. And with that said, have a very good one. I will catch you next time.